Hey, what's up users, this is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And in this video tutorial, we're going to be recreating this music homepage. We're going to be using the SoundCloud player widget found at museforyoushop.com. We're going to be recreating this animation in Edge Animate, and I'll be using the animated border menus widget found at museforyoushop.com. So we can add this menu here, and it has kind of the music logo here in the menu. And very good, and social media icons here, and different pages here, menu items here. Very good. Yep, I'll do that one more time there. Very good. Very good, so this is what we'll be recreating in this video tutorial, so let's begin. So I have the home page here, and to access the widgets, we're going to be using the SoundCloud player widget and the animated border menus widget. So we go to museforyoushop.com. And then we can click here on the home page, or that pop-up there. Very good. And then we have the SoundCloud player widget here. You can click here to access it. You can subscribe for $39 a year and get access to all the widgets in the shop. And you can subscribe here or subscribe with PayPal. Or you can purchase the widget individually by clicking here and then clicking Add to Cart. And same with the animated border menus widget, which is right here. You can subscribe for the yearly plan or purchase individually by clicking Add to Cart. Very good. So that's how you access the widget or the widgets. And once you download the widgets, you simply double click on the .mulib file to install it. Very good. So I'll be working with those widgets in this video tutorial. So I'm going to go to my 960 grid here, my home page, this blank page. And to add that background to the website, I'm going to go to Browser Fill. I'm going to click Add Image. And then I have it here, image background 4. Very good. So, and then I want to go to browser fill. I want to say scale to fill, and I don't want any scrolling, and I'm going to position it in the center there. So I'm going to go to file, preview page in browser to see how this looks. Very good. It looks great. So now what I want to do is add the SoundCloud player widget. So I'm going to go to my library panel. And I'm going to go to Muse for You SoundCloud player widget. I'm going to click the drop down, and then I have access to the widget. And then I'm going to click, hold, and drag and place onto my Adobe Muse website. Very good. So initially, these are the options for the widget. You can pick your SoundCloud category. You can do tracks, artist, or playlist, and you can select the player color for the. I'll show you which colors the colors it adds to it, and then you can select your player height here. And you can do visual, which shows the entire artwork or cover art for the tracks, or you can do just like the smaller version of the SoundCloud. You can show comments, show user, show repost, you can hide related, and you can autoplay so that as soon as somebody opens the page, the track will play. So I've just put the track here, and now let's preview in the browser to see what this looks like. And we can see here we have this one track, and it just has the cover art. Let's say I want to add all my tracks on my SoundCloud page. So I'm going to go into my SoundCloud, and I'm going to select artist. And now I'm going to go to my SoundCloud page. I'm going to go to soundcloud.com/my SoundCloud page. Very good. So now to select the artist page, what I want to do is click on share, or to kind of play all of these tracks. I'm going to click on share. And then I'm going to click on embed, and then I can copy this whole text in here, and I'm going to bring up my text edit or a notepad if you're on Windows, and I'm going to hit Command V to paste this in. And what I want to do is select these digits right here after the word users. It's like this 8 or 9 digit number here. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to my SoundCloud player widget, and I'm going to paste where it says SoundCloud ID. I'm going to paste that in and click enter. Very good. So now I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser. Oh, and the reason why it said we can't find that track is because the SoundCloud category is set to tracks, but I want to set it to artist. Very good. And now I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And there it is. I have all my tracks, and I can click play. And it'll play the tracks. And I can skip through the tracks. I can play this one. And I have all my SoundCloud tracks here. All right. So you can see it's a really great way to add your SoundCloud player music, or your SoundCloud music to your Adobe Muse website. If you just wanted to do individual tracks, you would do the same thing. You would just go to SoundCloud. I'll go right back here, and then you'll just click on the track. So I'll click on this track here, and then I'll click on share, which is this button right here, and then I'll click on embed, and I'll copy this code. I'll copy this code here and just paste it in to your text edit, and then it's right here, and then again just copy the digits in here, the 8-digit code. Yes, it's usually 8 digits, and then just select tracks in the category, and then paste the SoundCloud ID in there, and the same with playlist if you wanted to place a playlist in there. So I like the way this looks. I'm going to leave it the visual, the big version, and I'll show you the smaller version as well. So now what I want to do to add more styling to this website is add that animation that I showcased in the website, which is this one right here, and we're going to recreate this animation in Edge Animate. So I already have the image. I downloaded the image. Very good. So I have the image here, and I have the JPEG and the .eps. So I'm going to right click on the .eps, open with, and this is the logo. It's just this logo here. And I'm going to right click, open with Adobe Illustrator. I'll click yes. Okay, and here I have the logo, and basically what I want to do is just copy the blue bars here. So I'm going to just copy it like so. I'm not worried about any of this other stuff here. So I'll hit Command C to copy, then I'll go to File, New. 500 by 500 is okay, and I'll just paste that in there. Looks good. So those are the bars that I'm going to animate, and I don't really want this kind of oval thing here that's kind of going through the bars. I'm just going to select it and delete it, and I just want the blue bars here, because if we had that kind of break there, it wouldn't look so good as the bars are going up and down. So I'm just going to delete it in here, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 different bars, and what I want to do now is just break those bars up into their own layer so I can export it in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm going to bring up the layers panel. To bring up the layers panel, you just go to Window and click on Layers, and I'll bring it up again. And then here I have all my layers. So here are all, if I click the down arrow, I have all the layers to this image here. So I want to break them up into their individual layers so I can save them. So to do that, I click on the first layer, then I click on this kind of icon in the upper right hand corner, and then I'll scroll down to, or I'll go down to Release to Layers, and I'll say Sequence. Very good. Now this puts each item in its own layer, and it makes it really easy for me to save. So now I'm going to select all the layers and just put it on top of layer 1. So all the layers are not subgrouped under another layer, and I'm going to delete layer 1 here. Very good. So now I have all the layers on their separate layer, and I can save each of them individually. I actually downloaded a script. I'm going to get the link to the script that you can put in Adobe Illustrator so that you can save your layers individually. I have the script here, so I'm going to go to File, Scripts, and I'm going to say Multi-Exporter. And I'm going to choose the folder where I want to save it and see if I can find it. Here it is. And I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to say music website example. There it is, and then I'll click open, and it's going to save there, and I want to save all layers, and all these settings are good, and so now I can export, and very good. So this script, I'll find it for you, and you can download it and just place in your Adobe Illustrator scripts, and this lets you save all layers individually. This comes in handy when you're creating animations in Edge Animate, and you want to get maybe a little more intricate and have all the images on their own separate layer. So very good. It's going to be exporting here. Okay, so it's done exporting. So now what I want to do is open Edge Animate, and I'll create a new Edge Animate file. Here I have my artboard, and I'm going to go to that folder that I just saved all those bars to. And I'm going to go to music website example. That's the folder I saved it to. And as you can see, I have all these bars here. So now I'm going to click, hold, and drag and there are all the bars. The other thing I want to do is go back to Illustrator, and I want to save this image so that I can place the bars exactly over this image. So I'm going to go to File, Save for Web, and I'm just going to click Save, and we'll save it in that that music website example folder, and I'll say image. Very good. So I'll go back to Edge Animate, and I'll just drag that image in here, and this will just give us a reference for where to place the bars. Very good. So I'll just select the first bar, and I'll find the matching bar here, which I think is this one. Perfect. So I'll place that there, and then I'll select my other bar, and I'll find the matching bar for this. I think it's right there. Looks good. Then I'll get the other bar. I think it's not that one. It's this one here. All right, perfect. So all the bars are lined up over the image, so it looks exactly like that image. And perfect. Very good. I'll just move this over a little bit. Yep. Looks good. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is delete this image because we don't need it. And we have that image that looks like the logo there. And now it's going to be a 1-second animation that reloops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the first, I'm just going to select layer 2, and it's this image right here. Doesn't really matter the sequence because the bars are just going to be going up and down in random. And this is actually a good example if you did want to get into Edge Animate. It's a very kind of basic animation. So we're going to be just creating this now. It's going to be a 1-second animation. So I'm going to select the first layer down here, and it's layer 2. And now what I want to change is the Y transform. I want to make the image smaller on the Y axis. So what I'm going to do is go to transform. I'm going to select here. I'm going to unconstrain the X and Y axis in the transform, and I'm going to create a scale Y keyframe right here by selecting this little diamond area. And now I have a keyframe at 100% at 0 at the starting point 0. So now I'm going to go to, let's say, 0.5 seconds. I'm going to create another keyframe by clicking the diamond there, and on the scale Y, I'm going to say 70. So as we can see, it brought down the this square, made it smaller. And I'll go to 0.75 seconds, and I'll go back here, or I'll click here on the rectangle, and I'll say 80. And then we'll bring it back at 1 second. We'll bring it back to 100. All right, perfect. So at the end, we want to bring it back to 100 because when it loops, we want it to start at the original position and then just keep looping again. So if we play it, we can see that bar gets bigger, smaller, and then bigger. So basically, we want to do this with the other bars, and we can do them at random to give it kind of a random moving bar effect. So I'm going to go to layer 3. I'm going to go to scale Y. I'm going to make this one fairly small. I'm going to say 50. Actually, we want to start at 100, so I'm going to set the key position at 100%. I'm going to go, let's go to 0.25. And which one? Yeah, we're working with that one there. 0.25, and then I'll say 50. Make it fairly small. I'll go to 0.5, and we'll say 70, and then we'll say 80, and then 100. Okay, so as you can see, we have those bars moving there. And then I'll go to layer 4, go to the 0 point, select the transform, the scale Y transform key position, and you want to set it at the beginning at 100 for all of them so that it starts at the initial position. And then we'll go to 0.5, we'll set it to 60. So I'm happy with the way that animation looks. You know, it's just kind of to simulate like audio playing. Very good. So the last thing we want to do is make this animation loop. So I'm going to go here to this insert trigger here at the end in the actions. I'm going to click here, and here I'm just going to say this dot play parentheses 0 and semicolon, and this will loop the animation. Perfect. And what I want to do now is make the background transparent. So I'll click in the stage area. Let me select the selection tool. Yeah, I'll click in the stage area, and here where it says white, I'll bring it down. This third bar, just bring it all the way down to make the background transparent. Now I want to save this Edge Animate animation, so I'll go to File, Save. I've already saved it, so I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll just save it Edge Animate 2, because I've already used Edge Animate, the words Edge Animate. So now I saved it, so now I'm going to go to File, Publish Settings. I'm going to save it for Animate Deployment Package so we can use it in Adobe Muse. So I'll check off this check mark here, and I want to make the poster image, we'll leave that unchecked. I want to host runtime files on CDN, and that's it. So I'll click Save, then I'll go to, and I also want to center the stage there, and I want to make it responsive, so I want it to respond with the width of the browser. So we'll set responsive scaling to width. Then I'll click, I'll save it again, and now I'll go to File, Publish. Okay, so now this has been published as a .oam file that we can insert into Adobe Muse. So I'll open up Adobe Muse, I'll go to my Finder, and I'll find that file. So we saved it in Edge Animate -2. Okay, so it's right here. I didn't save it in a folder, so I'm just gonna make a folder called Edge Animate -2, and I'm gonna save all these files in here just to keep it organized. There we go, perfect. So it goes into the publish folder, so I want to click there. I want to click on Animate Package, and here's our Edge Animate -2.oam file. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag and place onto my Adobe Muse website, and there it is. It's a bit too big, so I'm just going to change the size. I'm going to hold down Shift, grab a corner, and make it smaller, about there. That looks good. And place it at the top in the center, right there. Looks good. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we have this animation playing, and as you can see, it reloops and it plays that audio. Very good. I could have spent a little more time with the smoothness of all of this, but for now it looks good, and you can see how the effect was done. And we have our SoundCloud player widget here. The other thing I want to do is add the animated border menus widget to this homepage. So I'm going to go to the plan view, I'm going to go to the master page, and I'm going to go to my library panel, and I'm going to insert the animated border menus widget from museforyoushop.com. So I'll click here, and I'm going to insert the fifth one. So I'll click, hold, and drag, place there. So we got the links, and then I want the settings in there as well. Okay, looks good. And I'm going to change a few settings here. I'm going to add a file for the background image. So I'm going to go to those files, and we're going to use this one here. The border color, we want it that light blue. Looks good. Background color, I want it to be white. Icon color, I want it to be white. And text hover, I'm going to sample, for the text color, I'm going to sample this light blue here. So I'm going to go to browser fill, I'm going to select color, select the sample color tool, and just sample that light blue right there. And then copy the hex code here. I'll go back to plan view, I'll go back to my widget, and then for the text icon hover, actually, no, we want that to be white too, sorry about that. Actually, for the border color, I'm going to set it to that light blue. Enter there. Very good. So we have all that, and the line color, I'm going to say white, and the trigger color, I want it to be white as well. All right, looks good. And then I'll just change the menu links here. I'll say home, about, SoundCloud, contact, or services, and contact. All right, looks good, and I can change the icons here if I want and link all the menu items. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my plan view. I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And there it is. There's our animation, there's our SoundCloud player, and here's our animated border menus widget. I'm going to change the font there. I'm going to change it to Lato, and I'm going to add a title here to the top of the page. I'll bring this down, select my text tool, and I'm just going to call it SoundCloud player widget. I'm kind of showcasing that in this tutorial. And then I'll go to, we'll make it 48, and I'll change it to Lato. Very good. Let's try that again. Lato. All right, perfect. And there's our title. I'm going to center it. Okay, perfect. Center it right there. Looks good. And I'm going to select the font smoother widget from Muse for You. to make that font a bit smoother. So I'll select the font smoother widget. I will do font smoother light, and I'll place it on the master page. I like placing all these, like the menu and the font smoother, on the master page. So if I decide to create other pages, it'll have it on all the pages. And the other thing I want to do is make the font for the menu. I want to make it Lotto. So I want to select Lotto Sans Serif. Now I know that because if I go to my home page here and I select File, Preview Page in Browser, and I right click on this link or this text, Inspect Element, right down here it says Lotto Sans Serif. I kind of memorized it by heart because I really like using the Lotto font. So again, it's right click, Inspect Element, and then right down here we have Lotto Sans Serif. So I'll copy that, and that's right after Font Family in the Style Elements here. And I'll just go back to the plan view, go to the home page, go here, and then I'll paste that in there. So very good. And I knew what to write because I know the Lotto font family code there. So I put it in there and looks good. So let's see how that looks like in the browser. I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and there we go. We have that. We have the text here. You can see that the SoundCloud player is over the menu. And when working with a menu, what you want to do is put the menu on top of all the elements. So I'll click in here. I'll go to my layers panel. I'll create a new layer by selecting this icon down here. And we have layer 2. And I'll just place all the contents of this master page on layer 2. And that way layer 2 is on top of layer 1. And it will be above all the other elements in my Adobe Muse website. So I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser one more time. And if I click the menu, there the menu is over everything. Very good. And I could even make the overlay background a bit darker by going into my plan view and going to my widget options and selecting the background opacity. We'll set it to 0.9. And I'll go back to my plan view and I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and select the menu, and there it is, more of a overlay, and we have our menu items here and our icons here, and we can link all of these in the menu here, the widget options. All you have to do is put the link. If it's a link on your page, you do / in the name of the page .html, or if you want to link it to social media, all the link options are right here. Very good. And you can change the icons here as well in the menu widget. So you can have different icons here at the bottom, and you can link all of these to pages on your website or external pages. So that's good. Very good. So if I wanted to link to SoundCloud page, I'd go to my widget options, and I know it's menu item 3. So I'd do http soundcloud.com, and I'd enter in my SoundCloud name. All right, so now I'll go back here. I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. I'll click the menu item, click SoundCloud, and it'll take me to the SoundCloud page. All right, looks good. Now the last thing I'll show, because here I put the visual version of the SoundCloud player, but if you didn't want the visual version, you could just do the widget options and uncheck visual, and then just make the SoundCloud player smaller, like that, and then just bring it up like that. Bring the widget up like that, and then go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And there it is. So, and it has latest tracks here and the name here. You could even make it smaller and you wouldn't see any of this. So let's say I made the widget 150, the player height. We just have the image and the track. So I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and there it is. So now it's just the track, and we can play the track, and it plays nicely in there. And you notice that blue color we selected for the SoundCloud player, you can change the player color. So if I changed it to like orange, the button would change, and the style of the play, like the button's now orange and this is orange too. So when the user plays, you know, this play bar has that color that you select. Very good. And so very good. So if I select visual, we have that, but you want to make sure that you also change the player height when you select visual so that you can see the actual visual. And working with not visual is probably better for individual tracks where you don't want it to take so much space. So you can do a height of like, let's say 150 pixels, and it'll look nice. There I go and play. So I'm going to unselect the visual here, and I've changed the color of the player. And I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And very nice. We click play. So as you can see, if you don't select visual and you have kind of a longer SoundCloud player, it'll have the tracks and just some cover art here. But if you do select visual, it reverts back to like the original SoundCloud color. And I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And good. So now we have the orange there and the tracks, and this cover art looks a bit bigger. All right, so I think I've covered it pretty well. You can just play around with the widget options. Again, you can put tracks, artist, playlist, SoundCloud ID, player color. This works with not visual. Show comments, show user, show repost, hide related, and autoplay. If I click autoplay and I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, it'll just automatically play the track. Very good. You can see it automatically plays there. All right, perfect. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to in this video tutorial. We have the animation here. We have the SoundCloud player widget found at museforyourshop.com, and we have the animated borders menu widget, found at museforyourshop.com as well. And yeah, you can make a really nice homepage for, let's say, if you're a musician, you can have a really nice homepage with animation and your SoundCloud player music, and yeah, just some nice effects there to make your website look really nice. And we added this nice background here as well. So again, you can get access to all these widgets at museforyourshop.com, and then we'll just click here on this pop-up. You can get all widgets for $39 a year, and any new widgets I come out with. And you can also use PayPal here, or click here to subscribe. But yeah, you can subscribe with PayPal as well. Yeah, you can subscribe to the yearly plan, or you can purchase individually. I have the SoundCloud player widget here. Again, you can add to cart or subscribe to the yearly plan there. And then I have the animated borders menu widget right here. Again, you can purchase individually by clicking add to cart or subscribe to the yearly plan. All right, very good. So that's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. If you like this video tutorial, you can subscribe below. There's also more links below this video. If you click on show more, there's links to other resources, and also a link to museforyourshop.com there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, visit museforyourshop.com. I have the new subscription model, and I'm coming out with widgets on a regular basis. So again, thanks for watching. Oh, and yeah, some recent ones I came out with are the RSS blog. You can add your blog to Adobe Muse. You can add your WordPress blog, Tumblr, Blogger, or any blog that you'd like to your WordPress blog. You just need the RSS feed URL there, and I'll be making a video tutorial on that. I also have the interactive particles widget that I've just recently added. So if you click on preview here, you can turn any image into particles. And you can see I have the text, or the text there that says Muse for You. And when you hover over it, it turns the text into particles. It's very customizable, and you can use any image for this, which is a lot of fun and can really make for a nice homepage. So I'll be doing this. I'll be doing a video on this as well. It's a lot of fun there. Very good. And yeah, and you can also have it so that it turns into the image and doesn't stay particleized. But yeah, I'll go over that in a video tutorial. But that's new in the shop. And yeah, if you subscribe to the yearly plan, you get access to all these widgets and any new widgets I come out with. Very good. So again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.